How I Got Unfamous, Part 2, this time with a margarita. My name's Kalie Shorr. I am a recording artist, songwriter, and podcast/radio host. You have to have watched Part 1 to understand anything about Part 2, so go back and watch it if you haven't already. We have covered everything from releasing my debut album to right before the weekend when the world shut down. It is now March 12th, 2020, the East Coast leg of my first ever headlining tour. The shows were really important because one of them was at a casino, and casinos pay a lot more than other shows. For example, the show I had in LA paid $450. Casino show paid $8,000. Fucked me up by doing the low-paying shows first. Literally, our flights were the next day. We made the call to postpone the dates. Nobody knew how bad COVID was gonna get. One of the big losses was financial. The biggest loss was so for this New York show, the talent bookers for SNL and Jimmy Fallon were supposed to come out and watch me and my band play and then decide if I should be booked on the show. It hadn't sunk in yet because I was like, okay, we'll reschedule them for like end of April. I'll still have all this hype going. It's fine. Everybody else is in the same boat. No big deal. So they get rescheduled, and then they get rescheduled again, and then they get rescheduled again. The Martina McBride tour was supposed to start. That obviously got canceled. I was supposed to go on my first UK tour with my best friend Candy Carpenter. That didn't happen. I'm just in the house. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I had just been signed by my old agent as an actress in addition to a singer. Yeah, I'm sitting around the house, but I also got an audition for Euphoria. I'm so close on several things, but I was auditioning for a bunch of shit, and I was working with this amazing acting coach named Bridget Berger, and she slaps. So if you need an acting coach in Nashville, hit her up. I'm like, okay, things aren't that bad. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Then like May happens, and I'm like, this is gonna be a lot longer than I anticipated. Like I said, I was dating somebody at the time, and it was really interesting because I think we got closer in our relationship than we would have otherwise because I was supposed to be on tour for that entire time. His family lived close to Nashville. I loved them and was so happy to be included in the kind of family that I always wished that I had growing up. We would just go there all the time. I think I got really close to his family way faster than I normally would have because of that. I also think that I didn't know to set the boundaries that I needed. It just happened so fast. Sisters are calling me their sister and tell his mom I love you. Like it was a lot. And it meant a lot to me, but obviously we're not together anymore. Again, that becomes an important part of this story as well. Not me crying again. Literally from March to September, I'm doing barely anything, and that was fine because nobody else was either. Some things that I'd had in the works before COVID finally started coming together. One of them was a podcast. You can still listen to it anywhere. It's called Too Much to Say. It was produced by Bobby Bones and iHeartRadio, and that was a huge opportunity that also becomes part of the story later as well. So file that away. In October of 2020, I announced through a huge feature in Variety magazine that I had signed a record deal with a New York record label. I was really excited. They believed in me so much. It wasn't like a ton of money up front, but it was enough that I was like, this is definitely like the next stage. We re-released Open Book as Open Book Unabridged. This was one of the most fun and successful eras of my life, but I don't know if I did or ever will fully grasp how big that era was because I was stuck in my fucking house. For example, I did one of my favorite music videos I've ever done with this director named Tyler Dunning Evans. It was for a song I wrote called My Voice, and it was the first single off Open Book Unabridged. And this was the music video.
Too rock for country, too country for punk, but who said I had to pick either one?
And then this was when it premiered in Times Square. Yeah, I had a billboard in Times Square. That slapped. However, I couldn't go to New York because of COVID. So a really lovely girl at the record label walked to an empty ass Times Square to take that video and send it to me. The album gets released December of 2020. I feel on top of the world. I got a Spotify playlist cover. That was something that had never happened to me before. Streams were up. Everything was doing great. My voice charted on the Billboard Country Airplay charts at number 50. Everything's going amazing. And then my song Amy goes viral. And in every aspect of my life, Amy was the beginning of the end.